Welcome to AutoSens, the world's leading community for ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development. We create best-in-class events, training, and information for the purpose of connecting the global community of engineers, scientists, and other automotive industry experts. We are joined today by Moshe Sheier, VP of Marketing for CEVA. And Moshe, welcome to AutoSens. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Carl. Happy to be here.
Indeed. Let's start with an overview of CEVA. So can you describe the company and maybe talk about your business model and some of your technology offerings and solutions?
Sure. So CEVA is a semiconductor IP licensing and custom SoC design services company. We've been licensing IP since 2002. Our customers are shipping actually more than 1 billion chips every year. Just looking at 2022, last year alone, more than 1.7 billion devices were powered by CEVA technologies. We're a publicly traded company in NASDAQ and count about 500 employees. In terms of the IP portfolio that you asked about, so we focus on two main domains. One is wireless connectivity, and by that we mean everything from Bluetooth to Wi-Fi to UWB, ultra-wideband, whether that's radar or communication, narrowband IoT, all the way up to 5G cellular. And the second domain is sensing AI, we call it, which includes NPUs, neural processing units, as well as DSPs, for anything computer vision, audio-related, voice processing, as well as software solutions for sensor fusion, 3D audio, speech recognition, and so on. We've been in business for more than 20 years, licensing all those IPs.
Yeah, excellent overview and some excellent facts there about CEVA, some good information. And now with that overview, let's talk specifically then for the automotive market. So what are some of CEVA's main solutions there?
All right, so many of the IP technologies that I've described are targeting the automotive market. For example, our processor solutions, the NPUs and the DSPs, are used in multiple ADAS applications in automotive, whether it's camera, radar, LiDAR processing, and applications, of course, are things like front view camera systems, surround view, blind spot detection, parking assist, and so on and so on. As well as in electric vehicles for advanced battery management, which requires quite a lot of compute power as well. So that's in the driving domain, let's call it. Then the technologies are being used for cockpit solutions. So anything from connectivity, like those Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, V2X, vehicle to everything connectivity solutions, and infotainment, things like 3D audio, voice control in the driver environment, let's call it. Additionally, we do electric vehicle battery management, as mentioned. So these are being addressed also by our Bluetooth low energy for battery management systems, which is starting to be more and more wireless. Many of these IP solutions for automotive are already deployed actually in the market.
And excellent timing with the rise of electrification. We're seeing more EV programs in the industry coming online. You had recently announced an upgraded NPU IP product line. So Moshe, what are some of the benefits? Can you tell us about that as an overview? But then let's talk about some of the benefits and the applications for automotive chip and system designers.
Sure. So indeed, Carl, we have introduced an expanded and improved NeuProM, that's how we call our NPU, Neural Processing Unit IP family, which is targeting what we call classic AI, as well as generative AI, which is also making its way to the edge these days. The main NeuProM, these NPU family enhancements, which we introduced indeed just recently, include improved support for transformer models. These are gaining popularity among neural network layers. Higher and probably one of the highest industry power efficiency. We are talking about 350 TOPS per watt of power efficiency, which we can obtain. We've introduced a larger scalability, which now consists of 4 NPU cores in the new ProM family. We call these the NPM 11, 12, 14, and 18, and they have, as you can imagine, 1, 2, 4, 8 engines, neural network engines. This family delivers a range of 32 all the way up to 256 TOPS for a single core solution, and up to 1200 TOPS for a multi-core configuration. This enhanced family also supports parallel processing of multiple co-processors, like true sparsity, mixed precision for the weights, and support for BF16, floating point 8, what's called FP8 data types, all intended to reduce memory bandwidth. In terms of future-proofing this design, so we're using a programmable VPU, vector processing unit inside the new ProM to support upcoming future layers and operators. So quite a big upgrade that we have made to our NPU family, which is targeting, of course, the automotive market as well.
Speaking with Moshe Sheier, VP of Marketing for CEVA, and going into some fascinating specifications and information here. With all of that said, Moshe, let's talk about some of CEVA's automotive customers. Who are they, and maybe what are some of the challenges that they're facing?
Okay, so some of our publicly announced customers would be Renesas, for example, for ADAS, one of the bigger players in the automotive semi-space. We have Autotalks, an Israeli company that is leading in the cellular V2X communication between cars and between infrastructure. By the way, they've just been acquired by Qualcomm, so that gives us a nice switch into a bigger player. Other tier 1 automotive semi players that are undisclosed yet, but I can say they are using our technologies for electric vehicles, battery management, UWB car keys, and so on. So many of the technologies already used by customers, some of them already deployed, like I mentioned, Renesas and Autotalks, and we'll be able to talk more at the show in September.
Yeah, we definitely look forward to that, Moshe. With the automotive trends that may be on the horizon, and as you know, the timeline around autonomous cars has moved and it has been pushed back. And so that was maybe some trends we thought we were going to see in 2015 versus 2020 are completely, different now. But with the shape of the automotive market and where the industry is now, what are some of the trends that you see on the horizon with regards to ADAS and autonomy?
Yeah, so indeed, Carl, I agree that autonomous driving is being pushed back, maybe to the next decade even. And at CEVA, what we see are really more ADAS features coming up. So things like radar, LiDAR, and V2X, which I mentioned, all these technologies, in a more of a zonal architecture, so targeting processing of those multiple sensors with very close to the sensor edge processing before moving the processed metadata basically to the main ECU for decision making. So more and more active safety in the form of ADAS systems. Also inside the cockpit, so DMS, driving monitoring systems, which are being regulated in many countries these days, to monitor the driver, to monitor other occupants in the car, making sure that we're not leaving kids or babies in the car with HPD, human presence detection, thanks to UWB radar, and so on. So quite a lot of these safety, I would say, measures, mainly, in addition to battery management in electrical vehicles that I mentioned. So quite a lot of stuff coming up. For more information, Carl, I would say, and to see the latest automotive solutions from CEVA, please visit us at the AutoSens booth that we'll be having with members of our team in September. Looking forward.
Moshe, yes, again, and allow me to just reiterate that for our AutoSense viewers and attendees. AutoSense Brussels at the AutoWorld Museum, September 19th through the 21st, and want to encourage all of our viewers and attendees to connect with Moshe and the CEVA team. Speaking today with Moshe Sheier, VP of Marketing for CEVA. And Moshe, safe travels to Brussels. We look forward to doing this again real soon. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much, Carl. Looking forward to meet you and the guys over there. Thank you.
For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to our AutoSense YouTube channel and follow AutoSense on LinkedIn. For more information about our world-class events, visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. In Detroit, on behalf of AutoSense, I'm Carl Anthony.